The sum of three consecutive multiples of 11 is 363. Find these multiples. So if we add three consecutive multiples of 11, we get 363. You have to tell what those multiples are. Let me explain you in this way that how can we find the answer. What is 11 times 4? What is 11 times 4? You will say it is 44. Very nice. What if I ask you what's 11 times 5? You will say 11 times 5 is actually 55. Okay. But what is this 55? This 55 is actually this 44, this one, this 44 plus 11, right? Similarly, what's 11 times 6? You will say 11 times 6 is actually 66. But what is this 66? This 66 is actually 55 plus 11, right? So assume that in the same fashion, if we go on and the three consecutive multiples, if we take in this form, let that be 11 times x, and let that be 11x, right? 11x. Then the next consecutive multiple will be what? Will be 11, or let me take this in different color. This 11x plus 11, right? Here it was 44, so the next one will be 44 plus 11, and the next one will be 55 plus 11. In the same way, if we assume that let the first multiple of three consecutive multiples be 11 times x, that is 11x. Now the next one will be 11x plus 11, right? And another next one will be this 11x plus 11, 11x plus 11 plus 11. Okay, so let these three be our consecutive multiples of 11. Now if we add these three that's given here, I mean, if first we can solve this one, let us solve this one. So if you solve this one, it is 11x plus 11 plus 11, it means 11x plus 22, right? So this is the third consecutive multiple. So according to this line, that is the sum of three consecutive multiples of 11 is 363. So this first one, 11x plus 11x plus 11 plus 11x plus 22 is equal to 363. If you add these three, this is 11x plus 11x, and we are taking like terms together, plus 11x, and then plus this 11 and this 22 is equal to 363. 11x plus 11x plus 11x means 33x plus 33 is equal to 363. Transposing 33 to the RHS, to the right hand side, 33x is 363 minus 33. This gives you 33x is equal to, this is 22, 23, 33, this is 3 30 and dividing both the LHS and the RHS by 33 because we only want x on this side. So 33x divided by 33 is equal to 333 divided by 33. If you solve it, 333 divided by 33 means what? Will come 10. The quotient will be 10. So this becomes x is equal to 10. Okay, so our x comes as 10. Therefore, we had assumed that let the first multiple of 11 be 11x. So this becomes what? 11 times 10. This is 110. This one becomes 11x means what? 110. So 110 plus 11 means 121, right? So this is first one, this is second one. Then this, from this we get 11x means 110 plus 22. So you get 130, excuse me, 132. Now if you want to check the answer, add these three. 110 plus 121 means 231. 231 plus 132 means 263. 263. Sorry, 363. I'm sorry. That's 363. 363. So this is the answer equal to this one. Okay, now this is the one way to calculate the answer. This is one way to calculate the answer. There is another way to do this, and let me explain you that also, because it's important to know the different ways to solve a problem. Let's assume that the first of the consecutive multiples is x. Assume that this is x. Okay, so what, like in this case, this is 55, right? This is 55. 11 times 5 is what? 55. What is actually 11 times 4? 11 times 4 is actually this 55 minus 11, right? If this is 55, this is 55 minus 11. And if this is 66, that is 11 times 6 is 66, then it is actually 55 plus 11, right? Same thing here. So if you assume that the first one is, let's say that this it is x, then the previous one to it will be x minus 11, and the next one will be, if the middle one is x, the previous one will be x minus 11, and the next one will be x plus 11, right? So if we assume that these three are the consecutive multiples of x, if you add these three, x minus 11 plus x and plus x plus 11, this should be equal to 363. If you add these like terms, so x plus x plus x, and in one bracket this is plus 11 minus 11 means what? Is 0, right? But still, let me write it here, is equal to 363. This comes as 3x is equal to 363. Dividing both the LHS and the RHS by 3, you get x is equal to 121. So the middle of the three consecutive terms, the middle multiple will be what? 121. And you can see that what we have got here in the previous one, same thing. So the previous one will be, in this one, x minus 11 will be 121 minus 11 means 110. That is equal to this one, right? Same thing. Then what will be the next one? The next one is x plus 11. It means that 110 plus 11, sorry, that is 121 plus 11 121 plus 11, that is 132, right? So if you add these three, then you will get 363 only. A man has a total of rupees 590 as currency notes in the denominations of rupees 50, rupees 20 and rupees 10. The ratio of the number of rupees 50 notes and rupees 20 notes is 3:5. If he has a total of 25 notes, how many notes of each denomination he has? So the total sum is rupees 590, that this sum of currency that man has in the denominations of rupees 50. So that man has rupees 50 notes, rupees 50 notes, then rupees 20 notes and rupees 10 notes. Okay, so these are the denominations that that person has, and there are different numbers of rupees 50 notes, different numbers of rupees 50, rupees 20 and rupees 10 notes. We don't know what is the number of rupees 50 notes, what is the number of rupees 20 notes, and what is the number of rupees 10 notes that that man has. So here the main thing is given is the ratio of the number of rupees 50 notes and rupees 20 notes is 3:5. So number of rupees 50 notes to the number of rupees 20 notes is what? 3:5. It means that if that man has 3 rupees 50 notes, then he will have 5 rupees 20 notes. It means that if that man has 3 times 2 rupees 50 notes, then that man will have 5 times 2 rupees 20 notes. It means that if that man has 6 rupees 50 notes, then he will have 10 rupees 20 notes. If that man has 3 times 3 rupees 50 notes, then the same man will have 5 times 3 rupees 20 notes. That is, if that man has 9 rupees 50 notes, then that man has 15 rupees 20 notes. Same thing what we have discussed here. So we can say that if that man has 3x rupees 50 notes, then that the number of rupees 20 notes will be 5x. Is that clear? So we are assuming that the number of rupees 50 notes is 3x and number of rupees 20 notes is 5x. Okay, we don't know and we haven't assumed anything for rupees 10, but we don't need to, because we know that the number of rupees 50 notes plus the number of rupees 20 notes plus the number of, let me write it here, plus the number of rupees 10 notes is actually equal to 25 notes. We know this, right? So if I write it here, three x plus 5x plus number of rupees 10 notes is 25, that's given here. So this gives you 8x plus number of rupees 10 notes is equal to 25. This gives you number of rupees 10 notes is equal to 25 minus 8x, right? Now tell me one thing. If one note of rupees 50 has value of rupees 50, right? One note of rupees 50 means value of rupees 50. Then if we have assumed that if there are 5x notes of rupees 50, what will be its value? That's simple. If 1 is rupees 50, then 5x notes means what? Rupees 5x times 50. That's simple, right? It means rupees 250x. Rupees 250x. If one note of rupees 20 has the value of rupees 20, then here we have assumed that, sorry, this is actually 3x, not 5x. I'm really sorry for this. This is actually 3x. This is 3x, right? From here. So this will be 3x and 150x. And this is actually 5x. If one note of rupees 20 has the value of rupees 20, then 5x notes of rupees 20 will have, what will be the amount? 20 times 5x or 5x times 20. This gives you rupees 100x. Okay. If one note of rupees 10 has a value of rupees 10, then what will be the amount of 25 minus 8x notes of rupees 10? So 25 minus 8x notes will have the value, total value will be 10 times 25 minus 8x. Very nice. Rupees, we can write rupees here. Rupees, this much. So 150x plus 100x plus this 10 times 25 minus 8x is equal to how much? Rupees 590. Rupees 590. If you solve it, you get 250x plus 10 times 25 is 250 minus 80x is equal to 590. If you further solve it, you get 250x minus 80x, 250x minus 80x, then is equal to, this is 590. We are transposing 250 to the right hand side, minus 250. If you solve it, you get 170x is equal to, this is 340. If you solve it, dividing both the left hand side and the right hand side by 170, you get x as, we get x as 2. We get x as 2. Now, x, the value of x comes as 2. Therefore, how many notes the man has of rupees 50? The denomination of rupees 50. 3 times x, that is 3 times 2, that is 6. What about the rupees 20 denomination? How many notes does that man has? 5 times x means 5 times 2 means 10. And from here, that is 25 minus 8x, or simply we can like 6 plus 10 plus, let's say that this is n, plus n is equal to how much? Is equal to 25. So this gives us n as 6 plus 10 is 16. So n is 25 minus 16, that is 9, right? So 9 plus 10, 19 plus 6, 25, it's true. So they are total 6. The total number of notes of rupees 50 denomination is 6. The number of notes of rupees 20 denomination is 10. And the number of notes of rupees 10 denomination is 9.